continue our conversation with the new leader of the Diocese of Providence, Bishop Bruce Lewandowski. At 5, he spoke about the role of the church concerning immigration and the possible consolidations of local parishes.
And now at 6, I asked him about the Attorney General's soon-to-be released report about the ongoing investigation into the alleged abuse in the Catholic Church. It's part of our exclusive interview with Bishop Lewandowski. Have you seen that report yet?
No, I have not. I feel sadness and pain, probably not as much sadness, never probably as much sadness and pain as victims of clergy sexual abuse feel.
You've met with victims' families in the past?
I have.
What's that like?
It's heart-wrenching. It's like a gut punch because you hear their story and their pain and you just, like, it's a kind of death that a person experiences and you're witnessing it even as they tell it again. In another diocese where I was, they had a day called Witness to the Sorrow, and all the clergy went and listened to stories and experience of individuals whose lives have been destroyed by priests who are supposed to be what? Bring them closer to God. And my reaction to that was, I left those things, and every meeting that I've had with a person who've experienced abuse, I've said, we got to make sure this doesn't happen again. But, you know, the internal scars are permanent, right? People who have suffered depression, lifelong depression because of this, addictions because of this, people who have taken their own lives because of this. It's Christ on Calvary all over again, you know, and I pray for the church and I pray for the victims of clergy sexual abuse as part of my regular prayer for healing, really for healing of their minds and memories, of their hearts and their physical wounds, their spiritual wounds. So the training, the formation, all the time, energy, and effort on monitoring and making sure people are keeping up with the requirements for their credentials for ministry, those are important. I think the other part of this is that across the country, maybe 30 dioceses are in bankruptcy.
Is Providence near that?
I don't know. I think what I see is, and coming from an experience where a diocese, Archdiocese of Baltimore is in bankruptcy, I see what it does to the ministry and to the services that the church provides. We need to make sure our church is well-resourced with people and financial resources to continue to do the mission. And all the financial resources we have are for that. They're not for anything else. They're for Catholic education, for Catholic nursing homes. They're to keep parishes running. They're to keep homeless shelters open. All the finances that we have. Now, what part of those finances are for reparations or restitution? You know, courts figure that out.
The bishop tells me the diocese has a strong plan in place on keeping kids safe and will continue to work on child and youth protection, focused on training people in ministry. We also talked to Bishop Lewandowski about immigration, churches, vocations, and more. It's on our website, WPRI.com. You can also see it on WPRI 12+.